Hi, this is Lisa, and I'm so excited to reveal your Jack Russell's behavior type. But first, I want to say thank you for answering those questions because it tells me you're serious about training your Jack Russell to be the perfectly calm, obedient pet you've always wanted. I have some really great news for you. Because of your dog's unique behavior type, you'll be able to train it to be perfectly obedient in 30 days or less. In fact, Jack Russell trainers right now are using the secret I'm about to share with you to get their dogs to professional levels of obedience almost overnight. And the secret works no matter how crazy or out of line your dog is currently acting. Things like out of control barking, pulling on the leash, peeing and pooping on the rug, not coming when called, and not getting along with other dogs will be in the rear view mirror once you know what I'm about to share with you. But before I get into the secret, let's talk about your Jack Russell specific behavior type. Based on your quiz answers, your Jack Russell is what we call a Maverick. Mavericks tend to be independent thinkers, and sometimes they have a much different idea than you about what's acceptable behavior and what's not acceptable behavior. Typically, Mavericks think they're the boss and will march to the beat of their own drum unless you're able to provide a strong lead and strong rules and boundaries for them. Now, you might be thinking, aren't all dogs like this? Well, yes, all dogs need to see you as the leader, but there is a spectrum. Some dogs, Mavericks, need a lot of leadership, while other behavior types, like the aristocrat behavior type, need much less. Based on your answers, indications are that your dog is a Maverick behavior type, which means that you need to take charge, or else your dog will just do whatever it wants. And this is great because Mavericks tend to pick up commands very quickly, so long as they're delivered in the right way and at the right time. We'll talk more about this in just a minute. But first, let's talk about some quick and easy things you can do based on your Jack Russell's behavior type, Maverick, to get your dog to listen to you. For Mavericks, the first thing you need to do to get them to listen to you is find out what really makes them tick. For many Jack Russells who are Mavericks, that thing is often food. So find some tasty treats that your dog would run through fire to get, and you'll be all set. Now, if your dog is not particularly motivated by food, that's great. What you'll want to do in that case is find something else that motivates your pet. The most common things include toys, praise and attention, play, freedom, and opportunities to sniff things. The main thing you need to watch out for with Mavericks is that they can sometimes become overly dependent on following your lead and will only behave well when you're around and won't follow commands or act well with others when you're not around. To guarantee your Jack Russell behaves like a perfect angel all the time, follows all your commands, and never acts up, with Mavericks, there are 3 things that are particularly important to combine with what we just talked about, and they are consistency, variety, and timing. If you don't do all of these 3 things, Mavericks will forever act up if you're not watching their every move. Now, you might be worried that this sounds like a lot of work. Don't be. In a few moments, I'm going to show you the easy way to do all these things almost without thinking about it in just minutes to transform your Jack Russell Devil into a perfectly obedient little angel. But before I get into that, let me tell you a story about how all of this came about. I remember it like it was yesterday. There I was, standing 10 feet away from my 6-month-old Jack Russell Terrier, Abby, who moments earlier peed and pooped on my rug for the 3rd time that week. I felt a flush of anger well up from the center of my body all the way to my shoulders. I wasn't sure if I wanted to scream or cry. Probably both. It wasn't just her having another accident that made my body tremble with frustration. I had gotten so used to her accidents by now that her going in the house felt just as normal as her doing her business outside. No, this was the culmination of a chain reaction that started when I took her out to the park about an hour earlier. The clock struck 5 p.m., so I put the leash on and we began our walk to the local park. After 20 minutes of pulling on the leash, I had given up on trying to fix this problem by now, as all the tips I had read online about fixing this proved useless. We finally arrived at the park. Since Abby never comes when called, I always have to keep her on the leash when we're at the park. She was pulling me around when a woman out with her 2 dogs and son walked towards me. The closer the family got to me, the more Abby barked and growled like crazy. "Calm down," I said to her. But she ignored me like a rebellious 15-year-old ignoring her parents. When the family was about 5 feet from me, the little boy said, "Mommy, why is that doggy so mean?" And then tears drizzled down his cheeks. "I'm so sorry," I said to the woman. She just glared at me and walked off with her 2 dogs as she tried to comfort her son. I felt so ashamed, so embarrassed. I wanted nothing more than to parade my Jack Russell around the park and have her be the kind of dog that brightens children's days and makes them smile. But I was experiencing the exact opposite. My Jack Russell dream turned into a Jack Russell nightmare, and it got even worse. I walked, or more accurately, let Abby walk me home as fast as I could. I felt like the park was a members-only club and I was no longer welcome. When we got home, I took Abby's leash off as soon as I walked in the door. Before I could even put my keys away, there she was, plastering my rug with her poop and urine after we had already been outside for well over an hour. Was she trying to push my buttons, I thought to myself? Is it fun for her to torment me? So there we were, 10 feet separated me from my nightmare pet. I went back to grab the leash so Abby wouldn't be jumping at me while I tried to clean up her mess. As I began approaching her with the leash, something horrible happened. She began barking and growling uncontrollably at me. She even snapped at me while I tried to put the leash on. Abby, who I wanted nothing in the world more than to be my best friend, treated me like I was a stranger, an enemy. I felt so rejected, so crushed. My husband was home, so the 2 of us were able to get the leash on Abby after a bit of a struggle, and I was eventually able to clean up her mess. A few hours later, I was laying in bed, unable to sleep. As Abby's nighttime barking pestered me like nails on a chalkboard, a million thoughts raced through my head. Why couldn't Abby behave like the sweet dog I always imagined I'd have? Why does she always act so crazy? Does she get some cheap thrill out of trying to torture me? Why was I the unlucky one who got stuck with this crazy dog? What should I do? I'm ashamed to admit it now, but deep down, there was a part of me that wished I'd never got Abby in the first place. At this point, I knew I could do one of 3 things. I could just accept the fact that Abby was always going to be acting up and learn to live with her constant barking and growling and antisocial behavior and hope she one day learns to stop having accidents in the house. Or I could give up completely. I could try to get another family to take her off my hands. If I had to, I could turn to my true last resort and drop her off at a local shelter and try to convince myself that she'd end up much happier without me. But I knew neither of these were options. I pride myself on being a loving person, an animal lover, and despite being such a brat, I really did love Abby and wanted the best for her. So I decided right then and there that I was going to train Abby to be the perfectly well-behaved dog I always imagined I'd have, or die trying. I went to the library and read every book on dog training and animal behavior I could get my hands on. I spent hours upon hours researching the latest science-based dog training techniques. I took Abby to obedience class after obedience class. I even convinced my husband to shell out big bucks for a professional dog trainer to come over to the house for some private lessons. While some of these things were helpful and Abby did make a little progress, she'd always eventually revert back to her old ways. Barking, growling, pulling on the leash, and generally being a pain in my rear end. The problem was that so much dog training information out there is contradictory. For example, some people say that positive reinforcement is really important. Others say that you need to be the alpha in the household, but don't show you exactly what this means. To me, that meant I needed to be mean to Abby, and that's not something I ever felt comfortable with. Not only that, but none of the information I read about dog training was specific to Jack Russells. Sure, there were a couple of sites and books that claimed to be Jack Russell specific, but after a few minutes of looking at those, I realized they contained the exact same information I had read in other places. They just put Jack Russell in the title because they think it will sell better. Just when I was about to say to heck with it and give up on my quest to train Abby to be my perfect dog, I came across one idea that changed everything for me. The idea is this. The secret to training a Jack Russell successfully is to lead, like the leader in a dance. What do I mean by this? Well, if you ever watch two people dancing, there is the lead, typically the man, and the follow, typically the woman. When you think of yourself as this kind of leader and your dog as the follower, you'll soon be able to get your dog to follow every single command you give your pet every single time. The trick here is that you're not acting like a boss or a drill sergeant. Instead, the two of you are partners, best friends. On the dance floor, it's the leader's job to decide ahead of time which steps to perform and then guide his partner in a clear manner so the partner can follow. Partners who have to shout out the steps or who yank their follower around don't make the cut. With our dogs, it's similar. Perfect training is as simple as having a clear picture of what you want and then conveying this information to the dog. To do this, we just need to do 4 things. First, we need to set strong rules and boundaries so our dogs know exactly what we want. Second, we need to consistently reward good behavior and remove rewards for undesired behavior so the behaviors we want become ingrained as habits. Third, we need to be aware that we're always training our dogs, whether we know it or not. Many Jack Russell owners accidentally train their dogs to act crazy by only training their pets at certain times of the day, or worse, not training them at all. Fourth, we need to make sure that we're rewarding the right behavior at the exact right times so our dogs know exactly what we want. We already touched on some of these things above. When we combine all of these things, it makes training your dog an easy, fun experience for everyone. Your dog will love it, you'll love it, and soon everyone in the neighborhood will marvel at what a perfect pet you have. This is exactly what happened to me when I started acting not like Abby's boss or enemy, but as her partner, the loving but strong best friend I always wanted to be. Soon, everything changed for me and Abby, almost overnight. The out-of-control barking became a thing of the past. The fun bark buster technique did the trick every single time. It felt great to finally have clean carpets. Abby now had no problem letting me know when she had to go. It was crazy. She was communicating with me much better than my own children did when they were young. Thanks to the U-turn technique I came up with, the days of her pulling on the leash were finally over. Gone were the days of jumping on everyone and growling and chasing after other dogs. I was easily able to teach Abby some advanced tricks, especially like to show off her dance moves to my friends. But my most fond memory was when I was out at the park one day with Abby, galloping playfully by my side, and this little boy and his mother walked by. "Mommy, Mommy, look at the doggy," the boy said. Abby sat perfectly polite as the boy pet her. Then she started licking the boy's face like those two had been friends for years. This went on for a couple of minutes. Abby was having a wonderful time. She now loved being around children, and this really made the boy's day. "Okay, Peter, let's get going," the mother said. As they began walking away, the boy said, "Bye, Abby. I want to get a doggy just like you one day." When he said that, a rush of joy and pride spread through my entire body. I felt so happy I could cry. I had done it. I had transformed Abby, the Jack Russell devil, into a perfect angel of a dog. Now, to be honest, part of me wanted to keep the secrets I had learned in training Abby to myself. I had worked so hard to learn them, and I didn't want to hand them over to just anyone. But as more and more people kept noticing what an amazing dog Abby was, they kept asking me what my secret was. Jack Russells are quite common where I live, and I later, much to my surprise, realized I was not the only one who had an out-of-control Jack Russell. I started sharing my secrets with one person, then another, then another. Pretty soon it seemed like the entire park was beaming with happy dogs and their happy owners. Like my friend Sally, a busy mother who never seemed to have time to train her dog, who called me up one day and said, "What you taught me was amazing. The fast-track training routine is working wonders. It's been only 2 weeks so far, and Bunky now acts so sweet all the time. She's finally stopped the crazy barking. Thank you." I felt like a proud mother. I then decided that it would be unfair if I only shared my secrets with just a few Jack Russell owners when I knew there were thousands who were currently in the same situation I was in, with a crazy dog who refuses to behave no matter how hard you try. What we all want is to have a safe, well-behaved Jack Russell who gets along with everyone, including people with other dogs, who listens to our commands and who will stop misbehaving when we say stop. If you're still watching this, then I'm confident this is exactly what you want as well. Hi. My name is Lisa Van Hoven, and for the past several months, I've been compiling all of my Jack Russell training secrets into the ultimate training program for Jack Russells that can transform any Jack Russell into a perfectly well-behaved pet, no matter how crazy he or she is acting right now. My goal was to compile the ultimate collection of Jack Russell secrets. In order to do this, I knew it had to do 3 things. First, it had to be based on the latest science-based training techniques. Specifically, it had to be something that works for all Jack Russell types and uses the partner principles described above to get any Jack Russell to act well-mannered all the time, even when you're not around. Second, it had to be specific to the Jack Russell breed. As you know, Jack Russells are a breed unlike any other. Because of this, they have some very special training requirements that simply don't work for other dogs. This is why you should ignore any training advice that's not specific to Jack Russells. Third, it had to be easy. It had to be a step-by-step system that anyone can follow, no matter how much dog training experience you have. It had to be so easy that even a toddler could use it to get a dog to perfect pet levels of obedience in record time. It had to be fast and fun. Now, I'm very proud to say that after months of work and lots of sweat and tears, I've done it. I've created the ultimate science-based training resource for Jack Russell owners that will transform any Jack Russell into a perfectly trained angel of a dog in 30 days or less. It's called the Jack Russell's Made Easy Training Program. Here's a small sample of the secrets you're going to discover and the amazing results you're going to get when you sign up for the Jack Russell's Made Easy program today. How to improve your Jack Russell's obedience IQ so you can train him any new command fast. Feel like it's taking forever to potty train your Jack Russell? Discover our proven method for potty training your Jack Russell in 7 days or less. This one works even when you've already tried everything. You'll learn our proprietary bark buster technique that gets your dog to stop barking on command. Note, it's important that you stop your dog's barking episodes now, or your dog will forever be an out-of-control barker. Ever noticed how professional dog trainers can act kind and loving while being strong leaders? Discover the inside secrets to developing your leadership presence so you can do this exact same thing. Here's an email I got from a first-time Jack Russell owner I showed these secrets to. I had my doubts, but they were soon put to rest. This program is so helpful that at almost 4 months old, little Freddie knows his commands and follows them nearly 100% of the time. I've received so many compliments on how well-behaved and obedient he is. Then you're going to learn how to turn pleasing you into the ultimate reward for your dog. It's no fun having a Jack Russell that wants to fight everyone. We'll show you how to train your dog to be best friends with other dogs and even people. This is especially important if you have more than one dog under your roof. You'll learn the 8 things most people do that guarantee their Jack Russell never gets properly trained. I can almost guarantee you're doing at least 3 of them right now. Sick of your dog's aggressive behavior? You'll get the secret calm on command phrase that will automatically make your dog act perfectly calm whenever it shows even a hint of aggression. How to use the little-known U-turn technique to instantly stop your Jack Russell from pulling on the leash. Think training your dog is time-consuming? In the program, you'll learn all about our fast-track training routine that will get your dog perfectly trained in less than 5 minutes per day. 3 secrets that guarantee your dog always comes when called. Our foolproof 100% recall system works every time, no matter the environment, how far away your dog is, or how distracted she is. Does your Jack Russell have a biting or nipping habit? We'll show you how to enjoy a safe, friendly Jack Russell who never bites or nips. Embarrassed when your dog jumps all over your guests? Discover the #1 secret for getting your dog to stop jumping up all over you and other people. Here's a message Sue sent us after using this. Thanks to your excellent tip, Poppy doesn't jump up at me at all now, and people have commented on how much calmer she is when they come to visit. Then you're going to learn the Pavlov stillness technique. Use this and you'll condition your dog to stay perfectly still and relaxed and never want to chase cars, other animals, or people. Does your dog go crazy and tear things up when he's alone? Discover how to train your dog to cherish his alone time and in turn make him exponentially more happy when you are around. Jack Russells are among the most intelligent dogs around. We'll show you how to use this intelligence to guarantee your dog never engages in destructive behavior like digging, chewing, or tearing things up. Find out how to make sure your dog always remembers what you teach him. You'll never again feel like the training is going backwards. Did you know that all Jack Russells are hunters at heart? Find out how to use their hunting DNA to transform your Jack Russell into a perfect, obedient angel of a dog. How to perfectly time your commands so your dog always responds to them and does exactly what you say. You won't find this professional trainer-only technique anywhere else. And so much more. Okay, if you're like most people and by this point your heart is racing with excitement and hope and desire to know the things that my thousands of successful students around the world know, with these insider secrets at your fingertips, you'll finally be able to parade around that perfect Jack Russell you've always wanted, your best friend who everyone loves, but who you know deep down loves you more than anyone. Won't it be great to have the most obedient, best-trained dog in the neighborhood, who is safe and friendly, who responds to basic commands like come, sit, and stay as easy as breathing, who walks gracefully on the leash, can easily learn advanced commands and tricks, and behaves like an angel all the time, even when you're not around? How much would it be worth to you to have a dog like this, to have the perfect Jack Russell you've always dreamed of? I don't want to bring you down here, but it pains me to see so many good-hearted folks who are just clueless on the right way to train their dogs. They're endlessly frustrated, spending hundreds of dollars on useless books, obedience classes, and professional trainers, only to come home to a dog who just refuses to behave. Or the people who have to spend their hard-earned money to keep the carpets clean from all the piddle and poop, or having to replace things like torn-up furniture, ripped-up clothing, and bitten-up shoes. These people would be shocked if they knew how easy it really can be to train a well-behaved Jack Russell by using the secrets contained in the Jack Russell's Made Easy program. Keeping that thought in your mind, I'd like to ask you how much you think would be a fair price for this program. Based on everything I just discussed, if you're being honest, I think you'd have to agree that $200 would be a very fair price for this program. $200 is a drop in the bucket compared to the value of having a perfectly well-behaved Jack Russell who will be your best friend forever. But I know that money can be tight sometimes, especially if you have a family like I do. However, I'm determined to help as many Jack Russell owners as possible have amazing, well-behaved pets because I don't want one single person to ever feel the way I felt when my dog was acting out of control. That's why today only, I've decided to do something a little bit crazy. My business advisor tried to talk me out of this, but it's something deep down I felt I just had to do. Because you've made it this far into the presentation, I know you're serious about having a wonderful Jack Russell. And to reward you for your dedication, you're not going to pay $200 or even $100 for the Jack Russell's Made Easy program. For a limited time, your investment in the program is just one single payment of $60. And if you take action now, you'll get an additional 50% off. This means you'll get everything I've described above for just one payment of $29.95. But you need to act fast. My business advisor notified me that we might actually lose money by keeping the price of this program so low, so he's demanded that I raise it back up to at least $60. This could happen at any time, so I encourage you to click on the button below to lock in your 50% discount and get your very own copy of the Jack Russell's Made Easy program right now. Now, just to make this even more of a no-brainer decision than it already is and eliminate any excuse you might have for not investing in the system right now, I've decided to eliminate all the risk by offering you an amazing 6-month money-back guarantee. It works like this. Go through the entire step-by-step program and see how effective it is. See your Jack Russell easily transform into an obedient angel right before your very eyes. If after a full 6 months you honestly don't feel it's helped you have the perfect Jack Russell, just let us know and we'll issue you a prompt and courteous refund. No questions asked. Not only that, you'll get to keep the entire program as my way of saying thank you for giving it a try. You truly have nothing to lose and everything to gain by signing up for the Jack Russell's Made Easy program right now by clicking the button below. Now, if you're still not convinced that the Jack Russell's Made Easy program is right for you, let me share with you one more thing I'm sure will put you over the edge. I want you to feel great about enrolling in this program. I want you to feel deep down like you're getting an amazing deal that will absolutely transform the relationship between you and your dog. That's why I'm also including 5 special bonus gifts when you sign up right now. First, you'll get the Jack Russell's Made Easy Quick Start Guide. We strongly believe that there is no one-size-fits-all training program. With this special guide, you'll take a short quiz, and based on your answers, we'll then show you the best way to train your Jack Russell and get the most out of the program based on your dog's specific personality type and training needs. Second, and this is a big one, you're going to get your very own Jack Russell expert who you can contact directly whenever you have a specific training question. This kind of personal one-on-one coaching is one of the shortcuts to having a perfectly trained Jack Russell in record time. It's like calling a pediatrician whenever you have questions about your baby. You'll get a special email address where you can send in your specific questions and you're guaranteed to get a detailed response within 24 hours. You typically have to pay at least $50 an hour for this kind of personal attention from a Jack Russell expert, but it's free when you sign up for the Jack Russell's Made Easy program right now. Third, you're going to get our special Doggy Playtime Playbook. It's no secret that Jack Russells have endless energy and love to play. Discover over 50 fun and easy games you can do with your Jack Russell so it never gets bored. Plus, with these games in your back pocket, training will never seem like a chore for you either. Instead, it will be something fun you'll look forward to with your pet. Then, you're going to get our special Saving Money at the Vet report. This report contains secrets the pet industry doesn't want you to know about how to save huge sums of money on veterinary care. In fact, the Jack Russell parents who read this report have already saved thousands of dollars on vet fees and extended their dogs' lives at the same time. Finally, speaking of saving money, you're going to get access to the exclusive Jack Russell's Made Easy Coupon Center. We've teamed up with dozens of companies to offer you exclusive coupons on dog food, training supplies, grooming supplies, and health products. This means you can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars by taking advantage of these coupons, making your investment in the Jack Russell's Made Easy program more than free. Now, remember, we've already agreed that the Jack Russell Made Easy program by itself is worth at least $60, but when you order today, you'll get it for the special discount price of $29.95. But on top of that, you're also getting the Quick Start Guide, a $30 value, unlimited email coaching from a Jack Russell expert, a $200 value, the Doggy Playtime Playbook, a $30 value, the Saving Money at the Vet report, another $30 value, and access to the exclusive Jack Russell's Made Easy Coupon Center, at least a $200 value. The total value of everything adds up to $550. But at the special discount price we have available today, you can get everything for just $29.95. It's not too often that you get over $500 worth of stuff for less than $30, but that's how much I want you to have this. You too deserve having an amazing Jack Russell, just like the thousands of people who have already signed up for this program. All you have to do to take advantage of this amazing deal is click on the button below this video right now. Then fill out your payment details on the next page. After that, you'll be provided instant access to everything I've described above. You'll be able to dive right in. So, click on the button below, claim your special discount, go through the program. Learn the Jack Russell training secrets you won't find anywhere else. Use our proven no-fail system to finally have the perfect Jack Russell you've always wanted. Think about what it's going to be like to have your wonderfully behaved Jack Russell walking perfectly beside you on the leash, keeping calm and friendly, obeying your every command, picking up new commands and tricks in no time. You're going to be beaming with pride when others notice what an amazing, obedient dog you have. They might even be a little bit jealous. That's okay. Maybe you'll share your secrets with them one day, or maybe not. But you really do have to act now. We're selling this program with all the bonuses at a special price, but this offer won't be available for long. Here's what Betsy had to say. Jack Russell's Made Easy has given my family the best gift ever. My pups are on their way to behaving the way we need and want them to, and our whole family is having so much fun with them now. Here's what Ray had to say. I know I have one of the best, most well-behaved little Jacks in the neighborhood. I never really realized the results until my neighbors and random folks on the street would bring to my attention how well-behaved my little Katie was. Here's what Donna had to say. I never dreamed my Jack Russell could be trained so easily. She now delights us with her sit, stay, come, lie down, roll over, and more. Thank you so much. You're at a crossroads right now, and you really just have two options leading to two different places. Option 1 is to leave this page without signing up for the program. I know you know what will happen if you do this. You'll feel regret, like you've made a mistake, that you didn't grab this perfect opportunity to transform your dog's behavior when it was right there in front of you. I know this is not what you want, which is why I strongly recommend you take option 2. Say yes right now. Click the button below and enter your payment information right now while you're thinking about it and before life gets in the way. Enroll in the Jack Russell's Made Easy program and get everything we talked about in this video. Get your dog to professional levels of obedience in just minutes a day. If you're still not quite sure, or if you're kind of on the fence, here's what I recommend. Don't decide today if this program is right for you. Instead, go ahead and sign up for the program now so you don't miss out on this amazing deal. Then, test it out for yourself and see what kind of results you get. And I'm confident you're going to be absolutely astounded by them. If you like the program, that's great. If not, no problem. Just let me know and you'll get a prompt and courteous refund. Simple as that. All you need to do is click on the button below, fill out the safe and secure order form, and once you've done that, you'll get instant access to every single training secret I've described in this video. So go ahead and complete your order right now. While you've got this page open and you're still thinking about it, simply click on the button below now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.